Hello there. I'm going to be really honest with you today and just reveal some of my own fears that have been coming up for me lately. And this is maybe apparent from my video yesterday, but generally speaking, I am finally aligned in a career or a role or a work that I absolutely love. And this is my Boost of Joy company. And the ability to help people master their mind and live in their hearts. This has always been something that I deeply wanted to be part of in my life. And I finally, in the last year, put this together in fruition and received that divine inspiration that it was time to go. Now, my background has been kind of a jack of all trades. I never found my niche in my life. I have done so many things. If you could see my resume, you would be amazed. I've done all sorts of things. I became a high school teacher. I was working in HR. I worked in the corporate world in London. I worked in training and assessment in the employment industry in Australia. The last few years, I was coaching as an NLP coach. I've also worked in retail and hospitality and lots of little things in between. And what I've realized is I was never fully aligned with congruent in what I was doing. And finally, in the last year, I was given this divine inspiration to start Boost of Joy. And I felt wonderful. I felt very much like I could express my passion and feel this joy in my work for the first time, fully feel that joy for the first time. And the fulfillment of helping my clients is wonderful. And that's something that I definitely would like to have more of in my life. And it's only been actually about 3 or 4 months since I launched my business. And it's been a slow and steady road. And that's something I was shown last year, was that I needed to apply this principle of being slow and steady in everything I did, because in the past, I was kind of reckless. I would have an idea. I always had ideas, and I would go full force forward with it, and then I would burn out. I started a painting business. I was doing all sorts of things. I won't go into them, but I did try a lot of different things as an entrepreneur, if you like. And that's the other thing. When you become an entrepreneur, you really have to become wise about many different business practices. There's not someone doing different aspects for you. You have to think about everything. So I made it my mission to do that as well. And so it's been a slow learning curve, but it's definitely been a learning curve. And with it comes lots of different emotions. And I have been feeling a little bit of discouragement. And that's because I've been looking at my YouTube channel and looking at how many people are watching my videos, and then judging myself and critiquing myself as not good enough because I haven't got enough people looking at my videos. And so I've been praying and meditating about this, and I was shown very clearly that I needed to apply a principle that I was talking about, but I wasn't it was a blind spot in my life. And that was that we cannot be attached to external forces, to the physical reality, to the three-dimensional reality, in the same way we've been brought up to believe we should. What I mean is, it's not about physical status. It's not about popularity. It's not about income. It's not about how famous or successful in worldly eyes that we are. In fact, if we rely on those things, like how many views I've had on a video, we're going to be suffering. And I can attest to that. It's very easy to fall into this old program that we've all brought up into, this competition, the program of competition, which indeed it is just a program. If you believe that program and it's all nicely installed in your subconscious mind, then you're going to be struggling within the competition, the rules in the competition game. But you don't have to live that way. And this is what I've been shown. And it's been such a relief to be shown the truth here. So firstly, I had to learn that I was operating under a competition program, that I thought that's how reality worked. And I thought that's all there was. And that's what I had to adhere to. The rules had to be adhered to for me to be successful in my company. which was spiritual based. And I was shown that I needed to let that go. I needed to surrender that and receive divine wisdom, inspiration, guidance, rather than relying on any kind of external forces of competition. They become irrelevant when you cast off that program, when you surrender that program. You don't need that program of competition. Secondly, I had to learn about detachment. I've already been applying it for a while, but I had to be shown this blind spot that I was attached to an identity that I was creating in this YouTube channel, in this business that I've started. And I had to see that it was only going to cause me suffering, and it was only going to keep me small spiritually, and it was only going to keep me locked in the illusion of the 3D world. So to detach and stop identifying with this role I'm playing as an intuitive coach and counselor on the internet or with clients, to realize that I am not a separate component of the creator, of the spirit, of source. I am spirit. And to stop identifying with this avatar, with this mind, with this body, to let all of that go. And instead to surrender that, and to instead receive the true meaning of our oneness with the creator. Pure, unconditional love, pure loving awareness, having a human experience in all I do, including my business, to let go of the old way of thinking, the old model that we've been shown is how you do business, to let it go. And it's been a journey. It's definitely been a journey. And now when I see the numbers of people who viewed my video, I don't have the same reaction of I'm not good enough or I failed, or it's more I'm reaching the right person for this moment. It's not about numbers. It's not about quantity. It's how aligned am I with the creator in everything I do. And I never sought to be a successful YouTuber. That's definitely not what I wanted to do. I did want to make videos to reach more people. And I was making videos before I started Boost of Joy to talk about my NLP techniques, to share those concepts, because I love being a teacher. I was a teacher. I was a high school teacher. I was a trainer and assessor. So I'm just continuing part of what I've been given, which is this skill to teach and to share in a way that others can understand. So I had to detach from this idea of what other people go to YouTube for is for numbers, for money, for fame, for fortune. And I'm not really interested in those kind of things. What I am interested in is blessing someone, is giving someone what they were looking for in that moment, because divine spirit decided to use me to bless them. And so I don't see it the same way anymore. What I see is that I need to be constantly talking to spirit in everything I do. If you look at my video yesterday, I talk about this, that this is something we weren't told or shown when we were children, is that we have this connection to source that we need to utilize and have a relationship with in our lives in every moment possible. How conscious are you in every moment of your divinity? I did a video about that. And maybe put reminders around your house to remind you, am I maintaining this relationship with spirit? So that I may be shown the next step and may be a blessing to others. And it certainly takes a load off when you realize that you don't need to do anything. Just work with spirit. Allow you to be a vessel of love and light to others. Now, this might not apply to everyone. Not everyone's completely invested in being love and light for others. Maybe for those who identify as light workers or star seeds, if you like. I don't necessarily use those terms, but people who just want to be a blessing to others, who want to be of service to others, this message is for you. Forget about the program of competition. Forget about the program of the three-dimensional reality. Forget about all of that stuff and just have a relationship with spirit. Total trust and surrender to receive the love that we have constantly connected to through our heart's receiver. So I'll just see if there's anything else I needed to say on that topic. It is about humbling yourself. It is about being okay with others' successes around you when you believe that you aren't being successful, changing the parameters of what you believe success is. For me, success is now how often I am aware of my divinity and how often I surrender to that pure love in my life in every moment, raise my frequency, change my channel, stay on that higher level. It's not counting the external as measuring sticks to your success. It's only counting the relationship you have to spirit. It's not basing your self-esteem or fulfillment on these external or public achievements or factors. It's helping others find their strength. It's not about quantity in others, it's about the quality of getting that message to at least someone you could bless. Being the silent wayshower, untouched by the three-dimensional system. That's a note I put in yesterday. So this is about, this is something that I learned the other day. Some of the biggest masters, the most influential, beautiful, enlightened beings that have incarnated as humans on this planet and have never been known to others. They were never famous. They were not known. They helped silently in the background, if you like, helped others become the highest versions of themselves. And they didn't want that recognition. And so this is, for me, this is really important, because when you detach from this idea that you have to have recognition, you become free, so much freer. A huge weight is lifted. And you realize how a multidimensional being does not need public recognition. So we don't work for external rewards as a spiritual wayshower, if you like. We're not looking for external rewards. Be in the world, but not of the world. I love that. I love that. And there are many other ways that we can feel completely fulfilled. And that's very simply being in alignment with the divine spirit, with source. So instead, we will cultivate patience, forgiveness, love, and compassion. Work on those traits rather than being physically successful. And when I say compassion, I'm talking about a common passion, sharing what you do and how you've done it to be where you are, to give that other person the same passion so that you can share that between you. It's beautiful when you look at the word compassion as common passion. So I hope this has been encouraging or inspiring. I know this is probably only for a certain type of person who needs to receive this message, but I hope you receive this and with love. And please like and share if you feel it will resonate and help others. Have a beautiful day. See ya.